Say hi. Say hiya. So today's, oh, I look dreadful. You can see that I'm very tired. Today's video is a bit different, isn't it, Bertie Boo? I got around to filming Albert's 10-month update or 8 to 10-month update, and woke up from his nap and was crying and stuff, and I couldn't get the video kind of finished properly. I did finish it, but I just didn't want to upload it the way it was. So he's 11 months old now, just turned on the 1st of October, and I have to do something. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm just going to kind of do a vlog style update on him, and that way I can keep an eye on him and what he's doing rather than set up the lights and stuff where I know he will pull them over. Yeah, Albert, he's not climbing the stairs yet. We need to get the stair gate put up, but he could probably do like one step now, but yeah, not quite climbing the stairs just yet. So I'll start with 8 months. Albert is just behind me now, and at 8 months old, Albert was basically doing really well up until that point when it came to sleep. We were hit with the 8-month sleep regression pretty hard. He just, I mean, the month before, I think that was the month that we went to Central Parks, and he was sleeping through pretty much the whole week. It was wonderful, or having maybe just like one wake up in the night. And then it just changed and he was up constantly. I think it was like every 2 hours, wasn't it? Yeah, every 2 hours. So that was really, really tough. In terms of kind of his development in that time, he started to stand up on his own and sort of done any cruising, but he was starting to kind of be able to pull himself up and stand up. When did he start crawling? I think he was crawling at about 7 months. Or just coming up to 8 months, which was a lot earlier than Sebastian, because Sebastian didn't crawl until he was, I think, 11 months old, 10 months old, at the end of 10 months. So he started crawling around then too. So that probably kind of fed into everything as to why he was also waking up and stuff. We did also go through a bit of a bitey stage, didn't we, where he was biting. So we're still breastfeeding and that's going fine, but you did start biting, and that was because he was cutting all 4 of the top teeth. It only lasted about a week, not very long. But it was still pretty not nice for me, wasn't it? In terms of food, he's been doing really well, kind of eating 3 meals a day. But as time's gone on, we've had quite a lot of difficulty with Albert in terms of him. Oh, we have to play with the noisy toys. In terms of his kind of physical health. So Albert gags on a lot of stuff, whether he feeds it himself or he doesn't, and he makes himself sick a lot, really badly sick, and he is just generally sick a lot. Now, as you know, he had silent reflux when he was little, but he never even would posset. He never did any of that kind of newborn posseting. He literally kept all his food down. I didn't even have muslins. I got rid of those because we didn't even need them. Yet now he's starting to actually vomit a lot, and it's quite worrying. You might even be able, I don't know if you can even hear it, but his chest is very, very rattly, and it's been like that permanently now, probably since he was about 6 months old, with on and off recurring chest infections and bronchiolitis, and it's very, very likely that he has infantile asthma. 8 months, not really a lot to report other than the fact that he just wasn't sleeping. He was still taking 2 naps a day then at a sort of about 9:30, and that could be anywhere from half an hour, 40 minutes to an hour, and then you take one in the afternoon at about 1 or 2 o'clock. No. Very boisterous. He's a very boisterous boy. But then when we got to sort of about 9 months, the sleep regression was still there, but it was kind of starting to kind of come to a bit of an end. I'd say it came to an end probably at the beginning of 10 months old, and not really a lot had changed at 9 months. He had cut the top 4 teeth and the bottom teeth, and that's kind of pretty much it. One thing he did do though at the end of 9 months was he went on a 1-week nursing strike, which is really common, but basically he just stopped feeding. I'd latch him on, he'd kind of start to cry and just didn't want to latch on. He basically just didn't want to nurse. And that was really sad. It's quite rare for babies to want to self-wean before 12 months, and that if they do seem like they're self-weaning, it's likely that they are on a nursing strike. So I'm really glad that I kept going. I kept offering him the breast at the same times every day, and if he refused it, fine, but I would offer until one day he was feeding again fine. So I'm really pleased that that happened. That was 9 months. It wasn't really much different to 8 months, only he was starting to improve his sleep slightly. So 10 months, and we were coming to the end of the sleep regression. It wasn't as bad as it was before, and he started to crawl, and which was great. And then at the same time as crawling, he started standing up on things and cruising a bit. Sleep, kind of, again, it's very up and down. I can't say that it is improved. We're going through a bit of a bad patch now. It's just been sort of up and down. Sometimes he's fine, sometimes he's not. Sometimes he can wake up in the night twice for a feed, 3 times, or once. It's just really varied, and there's no kind of pattern to it. I wish there was, though. He is very good at going down for bed, though. He goes to bed probably between sort of 7, half 7, and he'll stay down then until maybe about 1 or 2, usually about 2, sometimes even 3, but usually about 2. And it's at that time that it will start to sort of wake up then another hour later, then another hour later, and usually by half 5 he'll come into bed with me, and he'll feed then and just kind of doze back off until sometimes around half 7. So it's not all that bad. I mean, I kind of he makes up for it in the morning, you know. He kind of lets me doze for a bit, and Sebastian's really good. He'll kind of just watch his iPad or read his books in that time. Yeah, he's really, really good. It's never usually as late as half 7 because we have a preschool run to do, hey, nursery run. One thing he is doing at the moment, and this is common for 11-month-olds, is he's going on a nap strike, and that's basically when their naps start to, sometimes it can be that they are just going down to 1 nap a day, but in Albert's case, I think it's just a reluctant, you know, they're reluctant to nap. It's classed as a sleep regression. Like if you Google 11-month sleep regression, they'll say it's an 11-month nap regression. Sebastian went through it, but then he went back to 2 naps a day. About 15 months, I'd say. He then went down to 1 nap a day. So that might be starting to happen with Albert, which I think I might prefer. I'd rather have a longer stretch of nap than 2 little short ones. Yeah, feeding's going fine. I'm probably only feeding him now once in the morning, then maybe before a nap or mid-afternoon. It depends on if he's at childminder or not. If he's at childminder, then he doesn't feed at all in the day, really. Maybe once when he comes back home, and then once before bed, and that's kind of it, really. You don't feed very much anymore, do you? My periods came, as for myself, my periods came back when around 9 months, about 10 months, the beginning of 10 months. So that was a bit rubbish, and it was really heavy and horrible, and I've had 2 periods since then, and I've been feeling really unwell this last week, and I had my bloods done, and my iron and my hemoglobin and all that's all really low. So I think that's kind of shown in my physique, and I've noticed I'm starting to put on a bit of weight, or not a lot of weight, but I'm starting to just feel like my waistband's getting a bit tight. Obviously breastfeeding does massively, not in all cases, but it helps massively with weight loss, and I've never gained any weight at all since having Albert, because I was breastfeeding him, until now that I'm slowing down and it's stopping. So Albert, in terms of his size, so he has got a very big booty and he's extremely chubby, don't you, boo-boo? But he's very short, and he's only still sort of in 6 to 9 months trousers. He has the odd sort of 9 to 12 month trousers, but they're still very long. It's more so that it can fit around his bottom, because he has a very large bum, which is quite funny. At the end of this month, he's going in for his operation on his bits down below. He has, like, it's not hyperspadias, it's like a willy tie, I guess. He needs to have that snipped. So a bit anxious about that. I'm more anxious about the anaesthetic. I'm not worried too much about the actual operation itself. So it's going to be 1. Can you believe it? I can't believe this year has been the fastest year. It definitely goes quicker second time around. I just can't believe it, really. I think what I'm going to do is, on the day, we're just going to get a few friends round to our local play cafe and just do a birthday cake. We're not going to do like a proper birthday party for him, just because of where we live. We live far away from family, and we did do a big birthday party for Sebastian. We brought, everyone came up for it. We had loads of food and a cake, and whilst it was great, it was very, very stressful, and I just can't be arsed anymore. And I think part of me as well, because I've not been very well, just completely lacks motivation. Like, Albert's so little, like, he's not going to know about it. I think we're just going to keep it with maybe a few friends and, you know, a little birthday cake, which is really more for Sebastian because he wants to celebrate Albert's birthday. That's it for Albert's 8 to 11 month update. I was going to say 11 months, but we're not, you know, we're just turned 11 months now. So yeah, I'm going to show you a few of the little skills that he can do. Good little walking. You never know, by next update he might be walking. That'll be fun, won't it? Yeah! So we'll see you guys soon.